Hello and good morning, good afternoon, whatever. Here with my final Renaissance Mix match of the group phase, or not the group phase, but the first phase anyway. Here against terracubist. Pretty payload limited here. Just buy from scrap. But certainly plenty of draw that can be had. I'm looking at cargo ship. Well, T-Mog is possible. Probably cargo ship scrap or silver scrap. I mean, yeah, there's tons of draw. It's just a matter of buy is a problem. It's not even clear exactly how big you want to go. If you can start provincing with a couple liveries in play, you may be willing to just sort of let that ride. It sure would be nicer to have a little better payload for that. So we'll see. You could also open double cargo ship. It's a little riskier. You could also open cargo ship border guard. I'm going to do some stretches while terracubist does their openings, which is some time. If I don't talk this one, it's because I'm waving my arms around. I'm gonna assume they don't have a 5-2 because, like, you would just click that. I hope. So I guess there's a world where I do kind of like the border guard opening. Okay. I mean, it's fine. I guess they click the recruiter fast, so it's fine. This doesn't matter. I guess they didn't find the recruiter, which is nice. They're opening. They didn't take too long. I probably took longer. I don't know if you end up going for which or how much which you go for if you do. This will get us to 5 again. Which is great. Very, very good shuffles for me so far. Things. What is delay? Okay. I'm trying to think the path to do this. You need, I mean, if you want to build up, you absolutely need a scrap. Then you have to feed the scrap somehow, so you need. Second recruiter could be too much. Though I can always trash one of them to the other. They get old witch, which seems probably okay. Pretty far ahead. Guess there's something to be said for buying like a mountain village. Maybe we go livery into mountain village. I don't know. Sometime I gotta figure out this scrap situation. I mean, this isn't gonna matter. I do. I'm gonna have the cargo ship back as well. Hmm. What's this last card? A copper? No. Well, maybe. Oh, it's a curse. It'd be nice if the curse was in hand. We're not gonna have the cargo ship next turn. We would sort of like to get to mountain, or at least I guess a mountain village is probably fine. I guess we could not have set it aside as well. We probably get to trash a curse here. Maybe we can scrap a recruiter. Maybe worth it. I'm not super clear on that. We could scrap a recruiter and then we could have $8. Do we need the card? Probably to guarantee this last card. Yeah, to guarantee the silver, we need the card. But we don't need this. We don't need the coin. I guess this no longer guarantees. It gives us a shot at winning a horse. The other option, of course, is Mountain Village livery. Anyway, this gives us a shot at which we didn't get, but it was worth trying. Oh, we had 9. I'm bad at counting. So I didn't need the coin. Oh, I didn't take coin. I don't know. I don't know if there was anything to change there to help that out. But they still have a lot of coppers. Because I've trashed 3 coppers. They still have 6 coppers. Probably at some point it'd be worth considering a second scrap, but I mean, not necessarily required by any means. We can get to double province is pretty okay. Okay, so that wasn't much of a turn. Oh, I forgot I had the... Oh, yikes. I did this all... Well, it didn't matter much, did it? I was just sort of out of luck here. Well, I should have played the second mountain village. That was the mistake. That was the big blunder. But we can get another... We still have some villagers. What do we have? There's well, the horses are in here, right? Yeah, that was the second. Needed to play the second, both the mountain villages first. I forgot how that would work. Still should be okay-ish. We'll find out. Maybe want another recruiter. It's hard for me to say if you want the second scrap. Because what do you. Well, you can buy 5s, those are all pretty good. Of course, you need the money for it. Those looked like reasonable buys. Okay. That's so stupid. I don't even like. What are you supposed to? And now these don't. I guess it helps a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. um. I don't think we can afford to take the second scrap now. So we didn't play one of the mountain villages, but it's on top. We're not drawing horses into our opening hand, so that makes this really rough. There'll be a curse in the discard pile. So we're in a bit of. We'll probably have to trash the cargo ship. Maybe they have an awkward choice here. No, they have their witch. Ah, sucks. We lost a villager on that turn. Well, we just dudded that one turn, the first part. We'll be in real trouble just from a points perspective if we don't get the which played this turn, which is fairly likely to not happen. We're only going to see 2 cards off the top here. And I guess if you only have 2 buys, your liveries aren't really doing so much for draw. If you only have 2 4+ gains, they're not. When you're gaining cantrips, then that helps. But with the liveries themselves, kind of take up that slot. I don't mean, of course, they give you $3, whatever. So it's not all bad, but it is a little bit. Maybe not as nice unless you can get to 3 gains. Which of course would point to getting another scrap, but it's hard to fuel that as well here. Renaissance mixed games have been nice for I don't know, these things that require fueling. I've rolled quite a few awkward boards where it's a little tough to make it work, which can be fun. Oh no. Oh no. What would a coin have gotten me? I mean, I'm not gonna take it back now, of course, but big sigh. 7 would have been, yeah, I should have taken coin. I didn't think about my money at all. This is gonna be the game losing turn, more or less. I shouldn't think of it that way, but that is how I'm thinking of it. At this point. So mad. I should have scrapped Mountain Village, but I just botched it. And I'm gonna take another curse. I don't think I can really fuel all that, but and I'm not gonna trash a curse here. I drew the curses. I'm so mad. But I should have been able to get a mountain village, and I just messed up. So now I'm going to have 4 curses in deck. That's unbelievable. Oh, did their draw stop? Okay. Well, now I can stop complaining a little bit more. But... Can not even find scrap? The order of this is all a bit weird. I mean, if you have the scrap in hand anyway. I mean, maybe you just know you have way sufficient actions, but... I didn't get any horses off the 2 liver. That was so bad. It should have been Scrap Mountain Village. I mean, I got 1 horse, but basically I got a horse. I guess it's the same number of horses. It was just whether I had a scrap or not. Scrap or Mountain Village. So I guess that's not totally clear. I probably can't use 4 buys, but I was hoping maybe to use some of the trashing, just the flexibility anyway. So, okay, it's not like... Mountain Village probably better, but it's not completely the comparison is basically just a scrap versus a mountain village, so it's not the worst comparison, where I was thinking it was like costing me a horse. Okay, so they didn't have a very good turn. Hooray. I don't know, are there any young witches in here? Or not young witches. Are there any villages? Mountain villages? Okay, and they didn't trash. Well, they didn't have any, so how could they have? I don't even know if I have something nice for... They only have 2 horses, or did they have more horses and just didn't? They gained 4 horses. Plays a horse, plays a horse. Okay, so they have 6. So this is my last horse. So I need to think. I mean, it's possible that this is just like a... Well, I can trash a scrap. Oh, no, I can't. I think I have another mountain village in here. I'm not going to have any curses. I mean, I can trash a... This is so bad. Everything I've done this game has been stupid. Maybe I still have... I'm confused now, but anyway. There may still be a horse in here. I think there is. So... Buy gets me... I hate this. And then the last 2 are scraps, so I could trash 2 curses. Not totally clear if you do that. I guess I could also have gotten a 3rd buy. Would that give me enough money to do anything? I mean, I could have gotten to 12 or 13 potentially. This is okay. They just have one scrap, so they can only ever do 2 buys. But I don't have to live in fear of pileouts at all, really. Or not at the moment, anyway. They're gonna have to green. They have 2 horses left. No. I have 7 horses. So I have 1 horse left. They maybe can't quite really draw everything either. Maybe they don't miss anything important, but okay, they drew everything. I don't know if they have double province. I have 3 liveries, they have 4 liveries. So they've got $12 plus one assumes some number of coppers and sufficient to, but they don't have, I don't know if they have more actions. I don't know if they can play all the liveries. Well, they can exactly play all of them, but it'll use up their village. Or their villager, rather. I was very lucky to not have to burn a horse and a villager at the end of my turn. There was a 50-50 there, and that was kind of huge as far as me retaining pretty good threat here. Or just not burning resources, maybe is the better way of putting it. But I need to, I'm gonna have to green on my turn for sure. Because if they go like, well, that may be scary for them. I don't think they can go like, they go province, mountain village. Can probably score enough that it's not a threat. But the double, maybe they'll have a tie. I guess if I can't double, how much money do I have? I had $6 there on top of $9.50. I can probably double. I mean, there are some things that remain to be seen, but we can get, or alternatively, if we can double and trash a curse, that would be good. Double would be fine, then there's no threat. Province duchy is probably not enough. I had 7 horses, is that what I decided? So I should have 5 left. We hope. Now 3 left. Don't know which of these things when to play. Now 2 left. Okay. Well, how does this work? We can get card. We need a coin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need the thing and then. Silver coin buy from the silver. Draw with the horse. We're gonna have much reduced trashing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 9. We need 7. So silver coin buy. I guess I need to check the horse count. But 6. I think the last card's a horse. There's no way to save the horse. The silver coin buy, and then no. We need a card. We have to get a card off this. So we may have to trash the other scrap. Shoot. I wonder if there's sufficient draw. Oh no. We go card coin silver. And draw. So we have, if we're gonna play the horse, that's extra draw. Don't I only have 1 border guard? So we gotta go. I believe. I mean, it doesn't have to be a silver. And then we do this. So you don't get a trash a curse. Okay. So right now we have. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16. Then this has got to be by silver horse. And then we pick up the silver. We do this number. We double province. We get a trash a curse. Maybe. Most likely. I don't know that they're gonna not play the old witch. That's huge. So now I have 5 horses is all. Yikes. No, I have 7 still. 7 horses. Okay. Well, that's alright. Double was huge. If they can't counter double, I guess the copper's all even now. You just have these dumb curses. They still have one curse. My starting hand is a little scary. Also. Not. It's pretty scary. So what do I have? 14 draw of horse, and then 5 can. That leaves 10 cards, and that's like 6 are cantrips. Then there's Old Witch. That's pretty close to drawing. I mean, if you can discard a province or something, you can probably still get there to double again. I guess the issue, I mean, you can use the mountain villages to like selectively grab the silvers back out of the trash. So it's probably possible, though it may require like not drawing provinces into hand, which is a bit of a hard sell for sure. Provinces or curses. Like if you can discard some of those, then that's something. I don't know. I mean, I could fully just. I mean, a dud is most likely like by province, but that could be bad enough to not work, you know. Okay, they've spent their villagers now. I don't know if that was, I guess that was the sequence they had to do to make it work. Now they have actions for the turn. This will trash the curse. Don't know if they have, well, 12, they must have $4. So they can double if they want. And then things get a little awkward. You're not gonna livery, you're not gonna province livery. I don't know why this suspend, like I know they have more money in hand. Like what is the what is this? They, I mean, I get it if they don't want to reveal the exact amount, but like obviously I know there are more coppers. Yeah, so this is a problem now because I can't. I mean, I'm just gonna have to play for them dunning, which sucks because it's not especially likely. But maybe this order is bad. Depends on if you see 2 bad cards or 2 good cards. Right, like this. Okay, that when it happens this way, maybe I'll take the lantern. I mean, I'm gonna just end up short here for sure of like anything. Double, yeah, and double duchy doesn't even stop. Anything. Double duchy doesn't do jack, and I'm just toast unless Terra has a dud. I can single province and hope they don't manage to get to double, but they have so many horses that it just looks Not good. I mean, I guess it's worth thinking about what I have left. Well, there are no mountain villages in there now. How many horses did I play? I had 7 horses. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 horses in the bottom 5, which is incredible. I need like, I guess I don't require a completely full dead, but like single provinces. I mean, if they don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. I can trash and. Okay, well, now this is not good. We didn't even get to the other livery. So the bottom of the deck now is like copper livery. There's a horse in there still. A copper livery horse. And try to draw out, I guess. I mean, we're just gonna go with like. What are the outcomes here? I mean, it would be good to have 12. I guess this isn't. If we hit copper 6, 10, and we're back to 10 again. We're not hitting 12 at all if we hit copper, so we don't have to consider that option. I don't even know if 12 isn't even. 13 would be nice. I mean, this is like. You know, not good enough. They're just gonna double. They're just, oh, they have 5 horses in hand. Play the young witch or the old witch. Yeah, okay. I kind of hate to resign, even though they're just gonna count something and then double. Like it's not a. It's not even possible. Okay, I'm leaving. That was awful. That was an awful, 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 awful game played by me. I had some bad draws, but still, I was just far enough ahead that I should win. And I did a lot of bad, stupid stuff. Okay, so here we have a lot of expensive cards. A lot of ways to make horses, but it's all a bit no trashing, so it is a little awkward, some of it. I mean, maybe, I don't know, Alchemist seems not good, but also like could be nice for the kickoff. I think gear open is easy. I need to go do the stretches again because this will be. It does sincerely feel like icing out. I don't. Let's see. It's either double gear or the potion. You need so many. You need so many royal carriages and festivals and stuff to make the other thing work, which can be done. So I have ocean, so I need to set a copper side. Right. We can do a pageant. I guess I could have. No, that wouldn't have worked. I don't know if the pageant is that helpful relative to another gear, which also looked pretty good, but there was like a dream draw I could have gotten there, but didn't quite get it. Are they hitting their potion already? Did they top deck 2 or they just drew into them? They're gonna top deck 2 this time. This could get rough. I mean, they're gonna buy a... I assume they're gonna buy a festival this turn. They may just take another alchemist, but... this didn't quite pan out. There's something to be said for like a paddock over their stuff here. This could get really ugly. They have festival and okay, they don't have a festival, so this they'll probably set it aside, but this could be a lot worse. As far as falling behind. So they just go for paddock, which seems, totally reasonable. I guess did I bottom deck an alchemist? That's pretty unfortunate. Relative to what maybe could have happened there. Yeah, I mean, paddock versus livery is not going to be... It's probably going to favor the paddock for a little bit. Maybe for quite a bit. But this is a nice hand for it in any case. I'm not finding the... alchemist, but they've been top decking for the past. They're not hitting festival before gear, which is really nice. And they missed top deck, so that's also really nice. It was quite fortunate. They didn't play their paddock last turn. So this looks kind of bad, but is actually probably okay. How far I go on which. I don't know if it's livery twice or festival twice. Or, I mean, I guess if we can do one of each, that would be really good. I don't know that that's gonna happen. It may need to be like this. Okay, this is good. There's still another. This is unfortunately a hard thing to count. Pretty hard thing to count. I mean, if there's already an alchemist, I don't need to top deck it if it's in the bottom. This is like alchemist copper estate, so we don't need to spend a horse on this. I don't think. So we could do 3 buys, which could be alchemist 5/5. And which I suppose for the most part should just be royal carriages. There are some awkward draw possibilities, but would have been nice to get a gear there. Maybe a gear better than alchemist, to be honest. I should be a bit ahead here. Maybe not more than half a turn. I don't know. Hopefully we draw at least one of the royal carriages prior to playing all the alchemists. Maybe you just go triple royal carriage. Maybe I'm not the half turn ahead. If they can grab the royal carriages here or the livery, I don't know. So they looks like they're going 5/5 alchemist. Where'd all this money come from? They did 6 on the festivals, then 8. Okay, so they did do that, which is fine. If we don't find our royal carriage, we're probably... Okay, we did. They have 2 horses for sure. So this is my last horse. There is another... this is annoying. There is another alchemist. So if it's on top, we would rather not call the royal carriage on this. But if it's bottom decked with a royal carriage, then that's problematic. Is it? Maybe not. Okay, so we get 3 here. So we could go to 18 and go province double 5. Where are we at? 11? We can go triple livery. Gives us the 1320. Do we need more buy? We go 4 and we go, let's do the triple livery. This does get us another... Can we threaten piles? Threatening piles is a little harder. I guess we could have double province, but I don't think I want a double province. I could be wrong. They could fail to draw depending on where they see the royal carriages as well. Could be awkward for them. This is all going to be weird with a debt. This festival maybe should be a wine merchant. Well, single wine merchant isn't really better at all. You can't call. So single is not... If we get double wine merchant, then I've made some sort of case for doing that. But otherwise, the festival is just better. Don't know. You can have a lot of horses, but also have added a good number of stop cards. Kind of like having spiky money. It's not clear the buy is better than the horse, like a livery thing. But it does give a little bit flexibility. In theory, I'm like enough buys to empty estates if I didn't have to use royal carriage on any. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I could empty estates if I didn't have to use it on any. Now, whether I can draw deck, I don't know. If I don't call royal carriage on any alchemists or anything else. Now, I don't know if 9 horses is enough to draw that. The deck is really big. I'm not sure exactly how big. I mean, it's got 3 estates, 3 estates, a province, potion, 7 copper. That's 12 cards, and then 4 royal carriages, 6 a festival, a livery, 18. 2 wine merchants is 20. So we could draw it all with, well, 20. The way you have to count it is a little awkward, I guess. You probably, I don't know how to count this. There's 20 non-drawing cards. And I can get up to a hand size of 14. No, plus 5. So a hand size of 19. So I can bottom deck. If I bottom deck none of the royal carriages, festival, or wine merchant, then I could potentially empty the estates. Is the way that works out. Oh, and there's a gear too. Okay. So maybe it's guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed. There's sequence issues, of course, but there is enough draw to see it all. And if you don't see some of the draw, you're pretty likely to have seen a lot of everything else. So if they get 15, how much do you get for Mountain Pass? So if they go up to 15 debt, they pay off the debt. How much money do they have after that? Potentially quite a bit. If I take it, I'm for sure not emptying. Well, maybe I can still empty the estates. It's only $21 or $31. It would be 7 plus 7, 10, 20. Be like 28, so it wouldn't quite be enough. If they go and they get a province as well, then I can't win. 15 seems not so bad for the 8 points. Though draw is maybe not as much of an issue, so that makes the tokens possibly a little worse. If I pass and I take... This is so hard. I'm gonna do it. I really don't know. You'd have to figure out the chart of the paths of the greening, and I don't want to do that. There's like, they had 15, they only needed $23, and then they could definitely buy the then they could definitely buy province and get that, and then I wouldn't be able to empty estates for a win anyway. But we just have to, I guess the problem is they're gonna go double, and then I go one, and then they probably can quad. Maybe they can't quad that easily. They only have $2 producing cards, so they don't have that much money. If they double and get a livery or double, then that's something else. But oh, I have $3 too. I think the bigger issue was it just wasn't going to win because of the points. But I did have coffers, so I could. Oh, that means maybe I can still do it, right? What did I count up to? 28? Like 15 is maybe the exact number where I can possibly hit it. Suddenly I'm more interested in my upcoming turn. So if we get 10 off festivals, 7 off coppers, 17, 20 from the coffers. I'm just counting this randomly. 8 from the wine merchants, 3 from the livery. That's $31. 8 buys. I think if I draw a deck, I can win. And no amount of greening, I think, can stop it. I don't think double province duchy. I guess maybe they can do triple. How much can they do? They have a festival and a paddock. That's 4. Then they can get 8 more for 12. Plus 7, 13. Or not, plus 19. So they can't even double the province duchy. And that's not sufficient anyway. Actually, triple province isn't sufficient either. Now, it would be pretty easy for me to reach a point here where I need to play a royal carriage and do it on the alchemist, in which case, do it. But if the horses are at the top of the deck, they called it up, so they saved a horse, I guess? Or no, they'd play the horse. Now they have even less money. Now they're down to $17, I think. Oh, they got another thing down. Okay, yeah. So they're still at 19. You really just want to gain a bunch of forces, I guess, this turn. Oh, they played both gears this turn too? Huh. That changes things a little bit. I do have to bottom deck no draw though, because otherwise I don't get there. And in bottom 2 as well, I think, because of everything's even draw. So I believe I have exact draw, unless I've miscounted something, which is super possible. So I have to have no draw bottom deck, which is not that likely because I have a bunch of individual +2 draw cards, so it's pretty easy for like a horse to be bottom decked. But I don't know how they add money to get to... It's not super clear to me how they add the money to be able to threaten, say, quad. I guess if they don't score a lot, I can also do the gears, which is, well, it's fewer buys, but it's more money, so it probably doesn't help. Unless they buy some. They bought one province. I don't think they can quintuple, so I can like pay off debt in single province and build up some. Okay. Okay. So we probably aren't going to make it here. I'm not going to risk it either. Like, I'm not going to play the... I'm not going to play the... Like, even if I see two horses here, I'm not going to... There's actually, I mean, it's still a bit of a hairy situation, right? Now we're seeing the horses. It kind of looks like we would have made it. Not sure on that, but... This takes $21.34. We cannot do that. So they added... Did they gain many horses? 1, 2, 3, 4 horses. These cards. It's not going to be quintuple. There's no way. And if they can't, might be triple. If I single and go to 20 and they triple, I can still do the estate thing next turn, right? I mean, I don't want to give them a pile out, but I'm going to have a huge points lead. So I'll get to 23. So they would need 14 points. So they would need province, duchy, which is 21, and then to do the gears or the estates, that's still so much. I don't think they have that much money. I mean, even if they call royal carriage on every single livery, that's only 30 or not 30. That's like $15 or something. So we're gonna need I guess I have a bit of a draw problem. What if I go duchy, treasury, treasury? Put at 18. I kind of need to buy the things or I don't have the draw. And I still can't spend the royal carriages on draw. Do I need the duchy? Then they could go 16. How many buys can they get? Well, quite a few, but that limits their money. I mean, I could add another wine merchant too. Or it could be Scepter. Oh, and I need to get the things back. Shoot, this just doesn't work at all. How does pageant? Can you use the pageant and the wine? Well, this just doesn't work at all, right? I'm not going to have enough draw. This is the issue. The taking the debt, the issue here with me is I can't produce horses. I cannot produce horses. Also, did I count all that wrong? Because this doesn't look like it was. I mean, I have $16 here, but feels like I miscounted something somewhere because I would have had 2 more, but I would have had 2 less. Okay, I guess that does even out. Oh, this is a pain. That's right. So the problem is I can't do the wine merchant. Junk. I mean, I can just go province duchy and just try and outscore them over the course of a couple turns. Gross. I think this works the way I believe it works. I mean, the other option is province, like treasury. I mean, province 7. I mean, I can do the things that add the buy and just hope I see all the buy cards. And can do the estates. There is that possibility. Which would just be like another wine merchant. But I'm pretty unlikely. I don't know. What are they holding in deck? Can't I You do the wine merchants and then you do the pageant, right? I don't know. Surely they can't pile out and score enough. 14 points. They need a minimum 9 buys. That seems hard. I think they cannot have the buys now. So I can call one royal carriage on draw. We've obviously, well, we took a couple of green cards out of the deck, so that's good. But we missed. We didn't get 3 horses. We have 6. So I'm not sure we can. We can certainly bottom deck buys and fail to draw here. Their deck won't be. Maybe it's okay at holding duchies. It's sort of difficult for them to lower the provinces. I mean, I can get to $24. If I can take 3 provinces, then I'll be in just good shape points wise. So they can get in like a triple livery pretty easily with still a decent number of buys, and then maybe the duchies work out a little more for them. They have 1 horse left. They haven't played their gears, so. Did I set a horse aside? Oh, I set a horse aside. They call royal carriage on gear. That sucks, actually. They probably had to, but it sucks for them. So they don't have any horses. I have the horse. They get 4 royal carriages. And then they do what? Do they even score enough to pass me? This is okay. This looks okay. I mean, my draw could be nightmarish or whatever, but this begins to look more promising. They'll have 3. So like, are they going triple livery here and hitting the duchies really hard? I mean, they can't. I hope I can just The estate thing can win no matter what. There's no way they can score enough to make that impossible. Triple province duchy, which is maybe they have enough money for it, but kind of doubt it actually. They only have $12 more plus. No, they do have that. So that may be awkward with wine merchant for them. One of their royal carriages is gonna stay out. I don't know where their other. I guess they're gonna play gear and trigger. I mean, they'll be good for next turn. I think the question is, they'll be good for drawing next turn, probably. I just think the question is whether they're in a position to, or I'll be in a position to just kind of make the scoring, either win or make the scoring so hard for them. Losing royal carriage is costly. And if you do that, you should set aside surely. Like, surely you have the green cards at this point to set aside again. If you're going to call it on that royal carriage or on that gear, you should set aside twice. Unless I'm totally missing something. So they can do province, duchy. And that's 21, but that still loses to the estate pile out. Well, it also just loses to double province. Oh. I don't know. They can get quite a few duchies. But I have a reasonable shot of tripling myself. Shouldn't peak so soon, but we should at any point take the time to stop and consider if the win is simply in hand. How many horses have I played? I had 7 horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's only one more. If I get to I mean, I can triple province, right? I have like there's no reason not to just triple. Like, this is already $12 a night. Like, it's way more than enough. In fact, I had enough for quad, so. I don't think I got the sequence to do the estate thing. But I could have quad provinced and just not, and tossed the wine merchants, and it wouldn't have mattered. It would have just been way too many points. I would have gained 12 like 12 horses, and then It just would have been way too much. There's a sear board. We can do merchant guild things. Is probably the most appealing payload. You could put pathfinding on hostelry, or really any of like hostelry or seer market would be good. I mean, you probably won't have that many markets. That seems pretty unlikely, but it looks like you probably are gonna go for some mixture of, I guess you could try miser if you really wanted to, but I don't think that's the play. I think you go research silver. You could open flag bearer. I mean, if I have, I guess that's the awkward part. I have to reveal I have research. They could take flag bearer if they have 4. Would be totally a reasonable thing to do. Even on the even if they have 3-4 on 4-3, it looks pretty good. This could be awkward. This, because the flag bearer opening is not so bad, and then you just start buying the seers and maybe totally skip on research. Maybe you actually do pick up a miser in that angle. I can see this going really bad. That's the way you gotta think, right? Gonna go really bad right at the start. The problem with the miser, of course, is it probably hurts the hostelry tricks a little bit. Well, it will certainly hurt them a little bit for a while. Whatever, I don't like it, but okay, they have 3-4. I still think it's reasonable for them to take. I think it would have been reasonable to take a flag bearer there. They probably would have gotten at least 2 or 3 turns out of it before I can do anything. So now I gotta think if I want second silver. If I ready for slay already, I guess I'll do silver. At least the research didn't. I mean, this is all fine. I don't know. I'm still gonna. I may think about a flag bearer myself. Depends on what they do. Well, I could just hit slay. I think of. Well, third silver is also not bad. I mean, you would really like to buy seers, and then the silvers are quite good. They're also pretty good for the hostelry stuff. It's not like having 3 silvers here is a big problem. Your targets are mostly expensive. They are going with the miser, which I think is somewhat questionable. Well, I thought about it, but so I can consider doing the flag bearer. They could still have 4. I guess I'll just wait. This is like a mini stampede or something, I guess. Next turn for sure we need, or next shuffle we need to get Seer for sure. Hopefully Merchant Guild. Did I have 8? I mean, I had 8, I guess. I could have path found already, but that didn't seem so great. We need to buy, and we'll path find something and then go from there. We may hit 8 just off the shuffle, but we probably won't spend it on pathfinding first go at 8. Maybe just stop hoppers and save horses. So this is either Seer or another. I mean, we could also just take the flag now. We could just let them have the flag forever. Pretty good Seer. Last card's a copper. Actually, maybe now we take the. Maybe now we take the flag. I feel way ahead. When we find the merchant guild, then I'm willing to play the research. Well, technically we would like to find the other hostelry too, but that's less of a big deal. What are the last cards? Well, one's a copper. Probably the other one's oh, copper's okay. Yeah, this looks good for drawing then. So we can Pathfind plus hostelry, or we can Merchant Guild plus hostelry. I guess there's something to be said for taking the hostelries while they're still here and then pathfinding them. It's just a gains problem for terracubist. Like, still no gains. Like, Seer next is just not gonna make it happen. I'm gonna add too much stuff every turn. Guess last card is a copper. So we'll top deck a horse. That's 13, 17. No gains, no threat. Oops. Meant to click this. I don't even. Yeah, I probably should have spent coffers and bought another card. I mean, it's at some point it's just going to be worth it to get the use extra buy rather than save coppers and not. But hard for them to take back the key. Buys are so much more precious for them. Maybe go this time hostelry, merchant guild. Maybe market. Not clear we need like that many merchant guilds. Like 4 is probably sufficient. I guess that would put me at 5, but 5 is probably sufficient. And at some point you buy a fleet and be fleeting it up. Last card is a merchant guild. So we got 5 buys. 4, 11, 18, 24. No, that... Wait, yeah, that's right. We could take the rest of the hospital. We got 3 hostelries, market, merchant guild. That's 12, 22. We could save 2, get a couple horses. We probably need some sears. Supplement draw a little bit, but easiest thing for me will be just to get half VP probably. Like buy next turn buy however many sears and then the following turn get half the VP. And you don't have to like count stuff or fleet and things. Scepters are, I guess it's to play misers again, but I don't think it moves the dial at all. Probably trash a copper here. We could set aside. Not super clear to me what the play is, but So they have five. They have two merchant guilds, two scepters, two merchant guilds, two scepters, which gives 5 buys max. So I don't want to lower anything that low, but how much if I add I'm gonna net a bunch here. I guess I could full dud, and then that's a little scary. We don't want to have. Well, full dud is probably by 2 provinces. To be fair. Guess we could buy fleet as insurance. Wait, $18? Oh, they didn't even have a turn. Okay, last one. Very payload limited here. I'm just thinking, well, we do have the 5. Maybe a double T-Mog, maybe T-Mog Miser. I don't know. This is the Miser. It's a slow board, so you almost wonder if the Miser is worth it, but what is it getting you? I guess eventually you might be able to double, but it's not going to be very fast. It'll be slow to hit like hirelings, which you get a couple hirelings, maybe get a crypt blade, and then have some bakers in green. I don't know how many times can you play Miser. Can you play it quickly? I guess T-Mog Sewers also looks pretty appealing. So maybe you can just wait do it the turn. Yeah, probably with the token, you can go T-Mog silver and then buy the sewers on the turn you play the T-Mog and save the token opportunistically. That sounds reasonable. There's also Ducat for a little bit of extra trashing. Guess you could open Sewers Ducat on either opening would work. Maybe that makes you want to open the sewer so you can get the ducats on the reshuffle as well. They go ahead and do double T-Mog, which I think is perfectly reasonable. I'm going to try this line. This is a bit sad. Hopefully they don't have $3. Okay, they don't. That's good. This is unfortunate, but whatever. I think I'll buy Hireling. Guess I could wait on one of the T-Mogs. I don't know if double pays dividends down the line. It's not like you have a bunch of things. I mean, 4 to 5 is pretty good here. It's just a little slow. It's interesting. I don't know if it's good. I could go really heavy trashing here and get a Ducat. But I think I like getting the Hireling. Especially if I play it right off the bat. They can T-Mog the T-Mogs. That's a pretty good line. If they drew one in hand here, that's pretty reasonable. To go T-Mog to Baker or something. I'm not sure, of anything, me, but the Ducat thing seems okay. It's just like, then that's it for my T-Mog for a little bit. Most likely. Whereas if I buy like a... Okay, so they're definitely getting the thinness. It's just a question of whether I get some tempo down the line, I think. From other things going on here. Could trash 2 coppers. Which isn't crazy. They do have the thinness. What is the thinness getting them? Unclear. But they do have it. I'd like a Baker and then a gold, and then pretty much I can get additional gold. Maybe, get it. Well, I have Ducat. I don't necessarily need super bunch of buy. There probably will come a time where Crypt looks appealing. Whether I get it, I don't know. I don't know, maybe their T-Mog, if their T-Mog engine wins, like, more power to them. It's really interesting to do this deck, I think. But they do have to start getting some payload stuff going, because they're certainly more thin, but their payload is like they played 2 ducats or something. Maybe they have some silvers. But at some point, you'd expect them to T-Mog the T-Mogs, yeah. See if they get a... I assume Baker, like, they have the ducats, they don't really need to buy off market. Like, that seems pretty reasonable to me. They get a hireling. I don't love their hireling as much. Oops. They're wrong. This is quite nice. They will have maybe a little better in-game threat. They have 2 T-Mogs down. The T-Mog, maybe they lose the other one though, I don't know. So it'll probably be gold for me and then green. I don't know if it'll be sufficient. You could maybe make an argument for just going ahead and greening now. But I think you need one. I mean, it doesn't have to be gold either. It could be Baker. Losing a ducat, okay. Trying to ducat would have been nice there, of course. They may be confident of having the pile control. I didn't draw Baker, which sucks pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, I think they have way better threat with the extra T-Mogs. They can just keep buying provinces, and then we'll just get to a point where there are 3 provinces left. They blow it up, they win. I don't think there's gonna, I mean, I think that's how it's gonna play out. Pretty much 100%. I don't know, maybe I can green on the turn I buy gold. I don't even know if I had, I think I only had $7. I don't think I had an additional coffer at that point. Maybe I had one. Maybe I could have bought province first. and then they would only have like tying options. I don't know that I would have kept provincing though, with just the amount of stuff I have. I would not pull T-Mogs off mat. I would just save them for ending the game. Unless you can double province. Unless like there's a point where it gets you a double province, like a true double province, but otherwise I would just continue to single, and they buy one, it goes to 5. I buy one, it goes to 4. They can buy one, they can go to 3 because I don't have 2 T-Mogs, and then I can't buy one anymore, and then that's trouble. I have to try and double Dutchy, and not guaranteed at all. I have one buy plus buy card. I have I don't see the whole deck. I don't come close to seeing the whole deck, so I just don't see how. I don't really see how you would ever pull. You can get unlucky and not have a province in hand, but it's pretty unlikely. And I'm not going to have built up to double by then. So you don't have to play around that. I don't think. I mean, I guess I'm not like a million miles off of it, but I have to draw everything. I think even if I stack the top 3 cards, it would be gold, gold ducat, silver. I don't think that's sufficient. Do I even have 3 silvers? I opened one, and yeah, I do have 3 silvers. So even if I had the 3 silvers, so this is, if this was gold, silver, ducat, that'd be 9, 10. That would exact do it. Very unlikely. And like I said, even if I don't have the buy, then it's also pretty much unworkable, because they can, I don't know. Again, I don't think there's, unless they can double, there's probably not advantage to them pulling off the mat here. They can just wait till they can do a true double again. I'm not doing it this next turn, so they can probably wait, and then they can do it. They can get a couple tokens here, probably threaten. Maybe they can never do true double. They do 3, they have 9, 10. Maybe with their hand size, true double isn't really in the cards, but the other thing is I can't know that I have the 3 exact cards beforehand, like calling, like I can see 2 of them. I can know that it doesn't work, but I can't know for sure that it will work. I would need to have one of the 3 already in hand, and then I could make my T-Mog choice with all the relevant information, basically. Not all of it, because there would still be failure modes, but or there would still be chances of success, I guess. Saying from this point, I there's no way I can know. Even post higher lane. I don't know. I mean, it may be awkward for them, depending on what they drew. I mean, if they bottom deck Golden Baker, that could be pretty awkward. Do, do, do. Time to check in for league. What is my username? Mix Scenock. What division am I in? Apparently B2. Who's my division moderator? Word on the street that it's A Libby. I plan to play so I am responsible. If I am unavailable, I will play all my matches at best. What happened? Isn't Province pretty safe for them? Okay, well, I definitely don't have the thing. I could get a workers' village, but then I lose a lot of threat. I mean, are we just trying to get to double province now? But then I lose the T-Mog. That's pretty bad. If I province, then they go mill true double most likely. If I single duchy, then they can still do that and it's fine. They can still mill. I guess I could play a T-Mog. Or gain a T-Mog. We do know Gold and Ducat are in the next hand, so that's pretty good. So they have... I mean, I could double province. Do I need the Baker token to be able to double? Well, surely. Basically, the answer is crypt. Has it been crypt all along? Well, I can't buy two things. If I had to buy, was there a crypt chance? How much money did I have last? Was there a T-Mog? What about this hand? But then you can't, well, the double, but still double is good. If I had 13, well, you don't have to have 13. You just have to T-Mog into crypt and then buy a province, and then you try and go for double. True double. Since they green first, they probably can go province duchy and be fine. So if I get a crypt now and buy a province, I keep thinking crypt is going to put literally all of this money back into my hand. That's not how it works. So that's different. That's a different card that doesn't exist. But you could put all the coppers aside and leave the silvers. We have gold, copper, province, ducat, silver, gold, copper, ducat. They still left. They probably have a province in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 6 cards. So they had one province in hand, but there's one on top of the deck. But they're probably just due. I mean, they could fail to draw a lot of stuff here, but they'd be able to do one for sure. I don't think I can touch the provinces. I don't even know that there's any. This is probably the best card I could draw here. Could go Duchy Estate. If they take they true double, then I have to, and they mill. If they true double and mill, then I'm in trouble. Pretty much just in trouble, to be honest. Does the estate help me in any scenario? Is there a card that helps me in any scenario? Another ducat, maybe? Like, what are my win conditions? That can't be right. mean, if they bottom deck a lot of stuff, they could have a kind of an awkward hand. At least there's nothing, at least they don't see anything immediately obvious. That's always somewhat promising. The issue is just going to be the T-Mogs are not disappearing. So they're going to be able to use them to gain duchies or whatever, potentially, you know. So even if I get a really nice, I think they have to like slip up on their buy for me to have any sort of shot. Because even if I can mill and true double, right, and be up by 9 points or whatever, they don't need that much to call T-Mogs to get the duchies and then province estate or whatever. That's not so hard for them to do. And also, if I do it, even if I survive a turn, not really that great of odds of me hitting 8 again the following turn. All pretty well doomed. They can just wait, bide their time, take duchies. There's not another kind of pile out, so as long as I don't get way ahead and score, they're always going to have that optionality. There's a chance of like a really nightmarishly bad opening hand for them where they just don't have the T-Mog options. But it's really unlikely. Even 2 calls to turn silver into duchy might be sufficient in a number of cases. And in the meantime, of course, they're accumulating coffers as well. So my deck is possibly a little better at duchy dancing, but the end game stuff is so much worse. Or the ending of the game stuff is so much worse that I can't really imagine that possible for me to win this. Like, it's possible for them to have a handful of provinces when they really want not provinces. See, they're just holding out. Seems pretty reasonable. This is not double or anything. I mean, I guess it's true double if I kill a duchy. But then that loses to so many things. I guess I just have to wait and see what they have in their hand. Unfortunately, this is also my gold, so it's a lot of my money. And I'm not going to see it. Well, I could see one card. I could see the gold again. Pretty bad, pretty bad. Also, I don't have a province, so I'm not going to be able to mill. Off my next hand, guaranteed. This is all coppers and ducat and silver and bakers. It's a lot of money, but kind of assume that they're going to get their finished turn here, but assuming they don't. There's no path to victory. See the T-Mogs go flying. Type the GG. Probably just double checking their counts. I guess it's a little fuzzy. You may not have the information in hand that makes it safe. It may be very likely, but potentially not guaranteed in hand. Well, I think 10 is not going to make it unless I'm misreading. I mean, it can change. I don't know. The people above could end up lower on Renaissance Mix, making it to the next phase. So, I don't think probably advancing. 10 doesn't look like it's high enough. Maybe there's like, I don't know. If a lot of the people above have to play each other still, then it could change. But presumably that also means that people below have to play each other and then they can move up above. So gonna say it's not enough. There's only the top 12 of 60 people make it, so not a very large amount of the player field that gets in. They didn't call T-Mog, so I get to have one more turn that doesn't do anything particularly. I mean, I guess at some point you can have enough buys a gold. Interesting. I wonder if they ever had a crypt option. If I had a province in hand, I would be in business. 1, 2, 3. If I had a province in hand, I would be in business. I don't know if like duchy double province here is. I mean, I won't lose immediately, probably. Yeah, if we had shifted, we had what province in hand, we could take 2 and mill 1, then they would only be ahead by 12. They'd have to double duchy. Probably they can do. Like I said, it's possible for them to have somewhat awkward T-Mog targets in the hands. I don't really know how to put the pressure on here. Like if I go double province duchy, it's pretty similar. My problem will be I likely just won't even have 8. And I won't be able to mill. So I won't have any I won't have any coppers. But I do have the golden and I have some. I'm gonna try that. It seems like probably not the play. This isn't technically dead yet. I could still draw 2 silvers or silver or gold and a copper or a ducat, whatever. But it's not promising to have 2 provinces there. Also, I probably am not getting another turn, in all honesty. I guess they do have to double province duchy estate. But they can also like double duchy, and then if I don't hit province, then just over. What would be kind of killer is if I didn't need the duchy, right? If I could have played the baker, possibly saved more coffers than had a T-Mog down. I maybe didn't need it. I didn't think through all their like hands and what they would have, but they could have, if I had just double provinced without getting duchy, and then I'd have at least one more coffer, and I'd have the T-Mog down for options. Then they would only need. Then they would have only needed double province estate, which seems. I guess it's not noticeably easier than duchy, double province duchy. Though it might let you do a silver or a ducat into something. Yeah, I might have been better off just playing the baker and buying 2 provinces. Doing it this way is like pretty good for making sure I get another turn. Just depends on what their hand was. Which it was a bunch of provinces, I guess. Well, they played 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. And some no, they had a bunch of provinces before. So like now it's got to be like the baker and well, just there's a lot of green cards now, so whatever, it could be anything. I'm assuming they found a win. Well, then I have to have found a win to be going for this. It's a real suspenseful one. Probably not so suspenseful for you guys. You guys pretty much see what we can do right away. Guess you gotta wait for higher lane draws, but it's not a super mystery. Wonder if he double duchy. Well, I sure did not draw anything like enough cards to get to 8, but I did draw a lot of green, so I got a double estate, I guess. They're not gonna true double, right? Like, that's so hard. It could mill, but I want to make this. And I've got the golds and 2 silvers down in here. There's a T-Mog, but still like a reasonable shot of hitting 8 just without saving the coffer. Okay, that's not so good. It's basically the same as the last hand. I mean, there's a decent chunk of treasure down in here, but I think they just buy province, right? And then they see what they can do. Assuming they can afford province, they should just buy it and see what they can do. See if I miss the next turn. I mean, if they have a lot of money, they don't have to spend coffers, or if they're going to accumulate a coffer, they can feel pretty good about that. Because if I get the other province, they're losing no matter what. So they don't have to like wait till it's all completely ready. Yeah, and I miss, so I'm just gonna do this again, and then we'll see if they hit it or not. They can go. They can't go duchy to silver, but they can go T-Mog to money. I don't know if they saw that. All right. Thanks for watching. I think that'll most likely be the end of my Renaissance Mix run, but I will catch you all later.